Good morning, guys. It's Nick at Optima PS. I hope you're all well. Thanks once again for coming back to my channel. I really do appreciate it. As ever, if you like what I say today, please do punch that like button. Really, really, very much appreciated. Please subscribe. Please share my channel. That's always well received. Thanks very much in advance. I do appreciate the help, guys. So really, really, I do thank you for that. Now, I wanted to talk to you today because we're in this really strange part. I'm all over social media right now, and I can see there's so much positivity out there. There's so much positivity out there because things are finally looking like we're going to see this bull run. Prices are starting to hit the ranges we want to see. Bitcoin's at $60,000, Ethereum 2-3, still a little bit down, but that's on the back of that ETF launch. We're going to see that wobbly for a couple of months more yet, depending on when this bull run really kicks in. But if there were no impending bull run, I'd expect Ethereum to take another month or so to really sort of find its balance with that money flooding out of some of the old trusts like the Grayscale and into the ETFs. That's always going to affect markets. It did the same with Bitcoin, if you remember, just a few months back as well at the start of the year, right? Going through Solana, starting, I mean, $131 is a fantastic position for Solana to be in anyway, but starting to find itself again after a wobbly week or two. XRP 57, it's dropped this morning. That was about 60 at some point last night, just shy. I think it's 59. It almost hit 60 and came tumbling down again. But that's to be expected. No one says bull markets go upwards and only upwards. But if you take a look at this, if we take a look at the last 24 hours movement, it's predominantly green. The last 7 days movement, it's becoming green. If we change this and we take a look at, let's go for a longer time period, a 60-day movement. I'll move my 60 days here so you can all see it. Yeah, again, over the 60 days, it's 50-50 between green and red, but let's go to something like 90 days. In fact, let's go year to date. That's probably a better one. If we stick the year to date figures in there, here on the right side of the column, just below the fear and greed index, take a look down. It's a sea of green, guys. Most cryptocurrencies have been, or the bigger ones at least, have been predominantly green this year. If we take a look at the crypto market in general, prices are higher now than they have been historically. They're not all-time highs necessarily, but in some cases they're very, very close to it. But my big point is, if you're finding yourself still in negative territory right now, guys, you're doing it wrong. No two ways about that point. I don't want to bash you on the head with it. I don't want to be that mean guy that says you're all, you can't, you're this, that, the other. I see some of these so-called world-class traders we have on Twitter, or X if you call it now, and all they do all day is they're basically bashing people for not following their advice and saying, oh, my followers are 300x up, and if you're still down, if you're wrecked, then it's because of this person or that. Stop following influencers and buy my sales program and all that bullshit. I don't care for any of that. But the simple fact of the matter is, if we look at where the world is, if you are involved in the world of crypto and you have been for some time, you're doing it wrong. You either think you're a better trader than you are, and you get it wrong, and that's why you're down, or you know you're not a trader. You took a strange gamble. You thought you'd buy the time, and the world is lower. The industry, the sector is full of people who bought XRP. This is an XRP focused channel, towards the all-time high. At that $3 point, they thought it was going to go on to $12 because they listened to, let's say, some influencers out there or whoever it might be, the guy in the pub, the gardener, whoever it was that told them. They listened to the wrong person. They bought it at high time, and they've never got back to being in profit. And it's quite difficult to have done that. If you know you're not a world-class trader, you're not trading every day, right? I know I'm not a world-class trader. I get paid for trading. I get paid for managing people's portfolios, but I don't day trade in crypto. I I don't have the time, to be perfectly honest. I don't have the inclination either. I find it rather boring. But in the same respect, it's an incredibly difficult thing to win constantly trading in crypto, particularly if you're trading with leverage, which most people would be on a day trading circuit. More people lose than win. I think the figure's something like 98% of day traders lose money rather than make. If you're in that top 2%, congratulations, well done, good for you. If you're not, or if you think you may or may not be, I strongly suggest you're probably not. guys who know they're in that 2% know it. They win far more trades than they lose. They're definitely not down on their crypto portfolios or any other portfolio right now. If you're not sure if you're in it, you're probably not. So I want to go to something that's a little bit different. We've all talked about dollar cost averaging. You've seen me discuss this from various times. It's something that we've looked at in different levels of detail over the time, but I want to take a look at this because there's something I want to show you here. Right? I'm going to look at XRP because we're an XRP based channel, but actually it doesn't matter what cryptocurrency we look at here. I'm going to look at a time period going back to, let's go back to 2017, just before those all-time highs. I'll stick with September because we're in September. Let's go with today's date. It's the 18th of September now. We'll go the 18th of September 2017. This is taken. I know everyone doesn't throw $100 in a month. It's cherry picking the figures if you like, but it's just to show you. So what we're actually looking at here, and this is XRP. I'll show you Bitcoin's price on there as well. In fact, I'll leave Bitcoin off for now. Yeah. If you just bought $100 worth of XRP, and that number can be any number, by the way. The way dollar cost averaging works is if you stick with the same price, that could be $100 or 1,000, it doesn't matter. Every month since September 2017, before that all-time high that we saw in 2021, before this was the original all-time high here, but if you bought every single month since 2017, you would be in a significant profit right now, 45.57%. Now, that's not world-class profits. That's not what many people are in crypto for. You know, this bull run, some of the meme coins will make way, way more than 45% in a few months, maybe even a few weeks. But we're talking about still a healthy profit. Over the same time period in the S&P 500, you'd be about the same, give or take. Probably a little bit better in the S&P actually, but nobody tried to sue the S&P 500 ETFs for securities breaches, did they? So it's one of those things where you would be in a healthy profit. Your $8,500 in would now be worth $12,373. Probably more importantly than that is $12,373. I'm not using a calculator for this, but let's say it's give or take 20,000 XRP, isn't it? About 60 cents, so give or take 20,000 XRP. So where you would be is if you just bought $100 a month since 2017, you'd be in a healthy profit with a significant chunk of XRP. You'd have far more XRP than if you put that $8,500 in. Now, I know you can't see my cursor, but here at the peak, so this is going back to, what, 2021. If you'd bought in there, you would have had significantly fewer XRP because you'd put all your money in when it was, what, $3, something like that. And therefore, you'd have far, far fewer XRP. But that's not the conversation today. The conversation today is this one. If we take a look here, this is today's price. So we're just about exactly on this line here, right? Ignore the numbers there, they're not relevant to this, but follow the line. My cursor is, so on the 12,000 or the 12 line there, we're here. This is today's price, the far right X. Now, I know you can't see my cursor, which makes this difficult, but if you follow along that line, so essentially at the top of that box there, which tells you the value of your 8,500 with 45% profit, follow that line. Any point in time above that line, so any of those X's, is a purchase price higher than today's price. So if you bought at 1, 2, I'm going to be generous and call that 3, 4, although they're about the same, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points in time in history, or in this 7-year history. And this is a monthly chart, by the way, so 7 years, 12 months, that's 84 months. Out of 84 opportunities, there were 1, 2, I'm going to say 3, 4, but I don't think they really are. They're probably about the same. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 opportunities to have bought at the wrong time, and 74 opportunities to have bought at the right time. Actually think about that. Now, okay, we could do it daily instead of monthly, because if you only bought on one day, then we're talking slightly different numbers there, aren't we? What are we looking at? If we're doing it on a daily scale, I am going to use my calculator for this one. So we're talking 7 years, 365 days, 2,555 days. In fact, I can change my chart to daily. It shows me through. Compare it with Bitcoin as well. Does it lock me out again? No. So I'm going to jump. I'm going to have to reset that now. It doesn't matter on the currency. Let's go to daily. Let's go back to September 2017 using the 18th. Okay, it's logged me out. That's what's happened. Bear with me just one moment, guys. There you go. I'm back with you. Apologize, it logged me out because it's a pain in the ass system that logs you out after about 5 minutes for security. Let's go back to 2017 on the 18th of September. We're now looking at it daily. This is on Bitcoin. Let's switch back to XRP. So this is slightly different, but again, if you take a look now, okay, there's more days above there that you could have got it wrong, but there's still more days below. You know, this is the price here. So if we hover along that 400 mark there, let me get my cursor below it. So right, my cursor there, the box you can see, the window box is basically below that 400 mark. Any of the X's above that box would have been a bad day. Any of the X's below it would have been a sensationally good day. You'd have had far more good days than bad. Far, far more. So there's far more opportunities, and that's with XRP, which quite frankly has had a very, very torrid time in the markets. Let's do it on Bitcoin. So here's today's Bitcoin price. So you can see around the 1.2 million mark there. So the third line from the top. Anything above that line, you're a bit down. Anything below that line, you are sensationally up, let's be honest. Realistically speaking, it's incredibly difficult to have got that wrong, guys. Incredibly difficult. Let's look at Ethereum. I'm going to go back to the monthly chart, not because it makes it look better, it's the same concept, but just because it's easier to see. So again, on Ethereum, here's the current price on the right-hand side, just above my box there. You see the current price, the final Ethereum purchase on the right. It's just over the 40,000 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I'm going to say, opportunities out of 84 to have bought at a loss. 65 opportunities to have bought at a profit. I don't know how we're getting this wrong. If you're not a world-class day trader, if you're not someone who is incredibly compliant when it comes to trading the markets, just don't. Solana, well, sorry, this is Cardano, a little bit different. Again, if you bought Cardano up here, you're going to be very disappointed. But the average purchase price is still way, way above. If we're taking a look at that, just above that 20,000 mark, so above or about where my box was here. So you see the point there, that's the final purchase, the right side of the box. Anything above that, bad trade. Anything below that, sensationally good trade. What are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. About 24 opportunities out of the last 84. So 60 times would have been a sensationally good time to buy, 24 a not so good time to buy. And that's with Cardano, which we all know has been a poor performing cryptocurrency. Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. You'll probably find that's the other way round. Okay, so we did have the big peak before with Solana. So here, just at the top right side, that final purchase there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times out of the last 84, you could have bought Solana at the wrong time. Like I say, I'm not bashing people with this. I don't want to hit you around the head. Let's look at the returns on the dollar cost average on these. $5,400, pounds, whatever the currency would be. 2,471% profit. 22,000 on the Bitcoin. But realistically speaking, your profit would be $133,453 or pounds, whatever, or yours, whatever your currency would be, if you put 100 in every month since 2017. That can't be argued with. That can't. No one can tell you you should have done better than that. Any investment in the world, yes, you could argue that you could have done better than that. You could have put every last penny in here if you had that much money available to you. But again, we're talking about, realistically speaking, a phenomenal. I mean, this one doesn't go all the way back to 2017, actually, because Sol isn't that old a coin. But again, since the outset of Sol, if you'd made a 2,471% profit and turned 5,400 currency units, dollars, pounds, whatever it would be, to 133,000, you would be incredibly happy with yourself. No one could tell you that was a bad trade. Bitcoin, not nearly as good. But again, it's every single currency. XRP over the same time scale. $8,500 to what? Okay, $12,000. Not nearly as good a return because of the lawsuit and everything else. But again, you're in profit. How are people not in profit? I don't know. It's Dogecoin. I've never bought Dogecoin in my life. Couldn't give a monkeys about Dogecoin. Let's see. 1,757% profit. You'd have 150,000, give or take. 157 actually in your portfolio. 150 is your profit margin for buying Dogecoin since inception, or yeah, since September 17. Any coin you like. Chainlink, notoriously not done overly well in recent times. Chainlink, 638% profit. There's no arguing with these statistics, guys. If you are someone who is a far better trader than me and you're in that 2%, don't listen to any of this video. You never needed to listen. For everyone else, there's been far more opportunities to get this right than to get this wrong. There's been far more times to buy below today's price than above it. I don't know how we've managed to get it wrong. The only thing I can put it down to is people getting carried away with the hype and buying with a lump sum at the wrong time. By the way, if you're going to throw a lump sum in, the next 6 to 12 months is probably a bad time to do it. Today's probably a good time because we're about to see a bull market. But if you wait 3 months, 4 months, 5 months until the real hype and the FOMO kicks in and people are screaming it's the best investment in the world, these are the people that have been buying all the way along this chart, all the way along these points. They're the guys making profits. You will not make a profit if you wait till one of these points, like here on the Bitcoin, one of the all-time highs you throw in. You have to wait, what? That was 21. You had to wait until almost 2024 to get back into profit. That's the wrong way to do it. That's choosing the one day and the bad day. Yeah. If you bought in very, very small all the way along, do it on this bull one as well. You can dollar cost average in. I guarantee you, if you dollar cost average in on this bull run, you're starting out $100 in, you're going to feel the pinch in a year or two's time when everything comes tumbling down. Maybe you're better saving your dollars in a bank account, or you sell, you buy in, you wait till the top, you sell at what you think is the top. That's hard to time as well. But realistically speaking, the argument or the lesson of today's video is there's far more chances in a growing sector to buy at the right time than the wrong time. Don't throw your lot all in one go when the FOMO is kicking in and hype is there. That's the only time you get it wrong. The only time. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, where we are right now on Bitcoin, this is going back to 2017, 84 chances. Last month was about the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities of the last 84 for you to have bought and currently be sitting at a loss. 5 out of 84. How are people getting this wrong? Yeah. The simple fact that I see people buy here at the peak at the last time. Yeah. They see it come tumbling down, they panic and they sell. They're 10 grand down already. They wait, they get back here. Oh, they buy back in. It goes up a little bit, down, they're down again. It's the only way you get it wrong is by making stupid schoolboy errors. And the only people that make those errors are those who shouldn't be trading in the first place. If you do not know enough to read charts, to don't listen to anyone, don't listen to me, don't listen to anyone else out there. If you know enough about trading to get it right, trade. If you don't, take all the risk off the table and dollar cost averaging. It works in the long run. It does not work as well as picking the perfect day to buy and the perfect day to sell, but I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have the skills. You don't have a crystal ball. You don't have the skills to pull that off. So dollar cost averaging. Pick a day when you know it's low. Wait till everyone's screaming. When there's fear in the market and everyone's crying, saying, I've lost all my money, that's the day you buy. When there's blood on the streets, that's the day you buy. Until that point, you don't throw everything you own into something at the middle, the top of a bull run. That's the only time you get it wrong. Guys, I've been going on for 20 minutes. I hope that made sense. I really do hope you took some value from that. As I say, it's simple. There's far more chances to buy this lower than the final price. And the good news is it's never too late. As long as you don't put too much in and you need to take it out at some point, don't let your emotions rule you. It will eventually be worth more than it is today or the day you bought. So just hold on in there. If you're one of those guys who bought at the peak of the last with XRP, that would be going back to 2021, wouldn't it? The last big peak. If you're one of those guys, then realistically speaking, you're not far away. Just hold on. This bull run will get us back to all-time highs. It will take us through. Cash in at whatever moment feels right to you. Let the world come tumbling, crumbling around you. Buy back in at the bottom. That's how we make money in this market. That's how we make money in any market. I hope that all made sense, guys. I really am going to go now. Thanks very much for hearing me out. As I say, if you like what I said today, please do punch that like button. Please do share what I have to say. And guys, please drop me some comments. I love to hear back from you. If you liked it, if you understood it, if you didn't like it, you didn't understand it, drop me as many comments as you can, because that's how I learn and I get better as well. In the meantime, have a great week. All the best, Nick.